So, welcome. We're going to talk again about how to lose weight and keep it off. Everything that we're learning from working with so many people who have the appearance of this as a real problem in their lives. So, what do they come to us to learn?
People are always coming to learn how to lose weight. Well, actually, they've almost always learned a lot about how to lose weight.
Yeah, they've tried so many different diets.
Yeah, it's about keeping it off. It's like, how do we sustain the weight loss? And basically, it's become so obvious to us that basically the way we sustain the weight loss is that we simply get healthy, because a healthy body doesn't carry excess weight. When we put that focus on, the scale has to be at this number, or I've got to fit in this size dress, or whatever, that focus leads to good solutions like calorie restriction or lots and lots of exercise to burn calories, and we can change the shape of our body, and we can get the pounds to come off. But all of that has been through willpower.
Yeah. And restriction. And when we restrict, when we say, I can't do this, I shouldn't do this, oh, I'm bad if I do that, what happens is it actually drives us to want to eat more.
Yeah, it's kind of right.
It's not a solution.
Not a solution. It's kind of like there's a stake in the ground, and the more I use willpower to get to where I want to go, it creates more and more pressure to just fly back to where we began. And actually, lots of times people experience to go way past.
Yeah.
To actually put more weight back on.
Yeah.
It's really a sad and upsetting situation. Yeah. So, what we found is the way to lose weight and keep it off in a sustainable way is to give the body what it needs to be healthy.
Yeah.
Restore that balance physically, and the body sheds the weight and it keeps it off.
But what role does the mind play in all of this?
Yeah, that's the trick, isn't it? Because there's this other element, our mind, that can derail us even in our healthy state.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, how many of us have heard the cookies calling from the cupboard, or the ice cream from the freezer? And it's like, it can drive us crazy. We can go crazy. It's like, oh, I don't need a cookie. But then ignoring it, it just gets louder and louder. It seems like the only way to get this craziness in the mind to go away is to eat the bloomin' cookie.
Yeah.
And it works. It's quite interesting. Because when we're in a low state of mind, our bodies, our brain is constantly looking for how can we move out of this low state of mind, this anxious thinking, this whatever concern about what's going to happen in the future, which is when a lot of people find themselves reaching for food. And so what we see is that we have a brain that is always trying to help us solve any solution, any problem that we have. And when we're in a low mood, the problem is, how do we get into a higher mood?
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, even though we may not be aware of it. We're using food as the answer, which it isn't a long-term answer.
Yeah, right. And we've all experienced, or we all have made associations with food around celebration, around fun, around reward, using food for reward.
Yeah, that's one of mine. I used to use food as a reward.
Yeah, it feels
Potato
good.
chips,
Yeah.
especially.
We can feel this lift in our mood. And so our mind has it associated food with coming out of a low mood, or even raising an already kind of okay mood. Yeah. And the tricky thing too is that so many processed foods in our choices today are full of sugar and fat, which actually stimulate the pleasure centers in the brain. So our mind is no dummy. It knows how to shift our mood. But of course, shifting our mood with food is, like you said earlier, it's a short-term fix, but it's a long-term problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah. So,
Because it takes away from our health. It doesn't add to the ability that we have to thrive.
yeah, yeah. So what we were thinking is that this week, next time, if you have that experience of the cookies calling, or there's just that urge, that nudge to have something to eat when you aren't hungry, and you know it's kind of going against your desire to maintain a healthy weight or get to a healthy weight, just stop and see, what role is your mind playing in this? Is it really that your body's needing something to eat, or is it your mind scrambling to try and come to a place of greater well-being and ease?
And it will always go to the past, to habits that we've formed to give a solution. So you can also look at that. Oh, am I just going to an old idea that I like food to feel better, and I'm really not hungry or even needing food in any way that will support my body really, or support my thriving as a human?
Yeah, this has been one of the real foundation pieces for people that we work with in creating a healthy relationship with food, is to begin to recognize the role the mind plays in their relationship with food, and to recognize the nature of our thinking and how it is that we're always feeling the experience of our thinking. And we'll go into that more next week as we continue this journey along how do we lose weight and keep it off.
Now we have to talk about the recipe. So you want to tell them what you made? It's so beautiful and yummy.
It's what I call cinnamon bars. I love to bake, and I like just little healthy things around here. We were talking about the processed foods that feed the pleasure centers, and I like to find alternatives to those sugar-filled fat foods that are satisfying, but they don't kick in the whole dopamine cycle and get us stuffing our faces. And so this is my version of cinnamon bars. It's to bring that taste of cinnamon buns.
Yeah, it's really good too.
Back into my life. And yeah, we've really enjoyed them. And they're quite simple and easy to make. And the frosting for them, instead of being sugar, straight sugar, is made from sweet potatoes and a few dates. So all of the ingredients in them are whole foods. There's no fat, there's no oil, there's no sugar.
And no salt either.
And no salt either, right,
Yeah.
for those who are on salt-free diets.
Like me.
So give it a try, see what you think, and let us know. If you'd like to know more about this role that the mind plays and actually do more one-on-one work with us, so we'd be happy to give you a complimentary free session. Just contact us through the comment section below. Thanks
And
so much.
join us next week to learn more.
Bye for now.